So we've set up the top half of our instrument. We've played a few of our beginning numbers and a couple of our new notes on it. Now we're going to take out the lower body joint. So this is the other long piece that's left in your case. And we have a special thing to do when we put these two together. First off, make sure that the bottom end is where the cork is exposed, and then the top end of the lower joint actually doesn't have any cork. That's what's going to connect with the bottom of your upper body joint here. So the first thing I want you to do is take your upper body joint in your left hand, and you're going to press down the key that your middle finger would typically be covering. Press that down and get a solid grip on your upper body joint, making sure not to do any damage to it and any of those rods. Doing the same thing with our lower body joint that we did with our upper body joint, which is making lots of contact with the area where there are no rods. And we're going to gently twist. I have to try a couple angles. And I want to line up the holes on the front. So it should look like that. Notice I use small twisting motions to get those together, and I push them all the way together with no space in between these body joints. There might be a little bit of space later when we talk about tuning the clarinet, but right now there's not. Now you might be asking, Mr. Arnold, why did I cover that hole? You didn't tell me about it. Well, I'm going to tell you about it right now. There's this moving part. Let me give you a better angle here. There's a moving part right in there that connects with this moving part from the lower body joint. And what happens is if you don't press that up and you're twisting these together, sometimes, do you see how if that wasn't raised, how they might bump into each other? And if you bend that key, you're in trouble. So every time we put our instrument together, we're going to cover or press that key down in our left hand and put them together, and they should line up just perfectly like that. Also, double check the pictures that are in this website to make sure that your setup looks the way that mine does. Now that we have it put together, we're going to get our right hand set up. And we're actually going to put the barrel on there as well, because why not? There's only one piece left in your case. It's this. It's called the bell. I think I called it the barrel a second ago. This is the bell. It looks like a bell. It goes on the only piece of exposed cork that we have left. Again, holding the clarinet carefully, making lots of contact where there are no rods or keys, and with light pressure and twisting motion, we're going to put the bell on the bottom. This one doesn't need to be lined up any particular way. It just goes on there. Okay, so find your home position for your left hand, and it's going to be 45-degree angle, resting C. And let's just balance our clarinet on our knee with the bell on our knee. Shake out our right hand. Let it kind of sit naturally. That's what your fingers are going to do. Your thumb is going to go on the back of this thumb rest. Let me give you a good view of this. It's going to go about like that. Now, some people, the temptation is to do this, and some people, the temptation is to do that, or then this. And I always think about it as about the bottom of my fingernail is going right underneath that thumb rest. And then my fingers are going to naturally come forward, making that C sandwich. They're going to naturally come forward and cover these three holes. That's where your right hand goes. It looks natural, it looks comfortable. Then your right hand, we have these 4 pinky keys down here, which we'll talk about in the pinky trainer section. You're going to rest it on this guy right there. It's the middle lower one. And your fingers are like that. So the ending position for your left and right hand should look like this. Good work!